Hi, everybody. This is Sanjana from Mockat. A very quick intro of me before we get to the primary guest. So I've done computer science engineering and then I followed it up with an MBA from IIM Lucknow. I worked with HSBC and Standard Chartered Bank before starting Mockat, co-founded it with Vignesh. And we coach students for CAT, XAT and multiple other Indian MBA entrance exams. And over the last few years, we've collaborated with IBS where I personally firsthand have understood how IBS focuses on high quality MBA education and helps in upskilling students through a lot of case studies and a bunch of other technology, right? And for those of you who are wanting to pursue an MBA and you want to get an understanding of what IBS is all about and how is it that they teach and how is it that they get students industry ready, we have Anusha out here. Anusha has done her MBA from IBS and she's been working and she's going to tell us all about herself. So welcome Anusha, thank you for doing this. And as I said, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, sure, Sanjay. Thank you so much for welcoming me into this channel. And to tell about myself, I have divided my introduction into two parts. That is my background and my MBA journey.
Mm-hmm.
So coming to my background, I am from Hyderabad and I came from the engineering foundation, and I have done my engineering very long ago with electronics stream from Andhra Pradesh. And uh, before starting my career, I had a lot of doubts in my mind, like how to go, like what I have to choose as my masters to build my career, like what I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And these all, I have these bunch of questions in my mind. And after my engineering, I couldn't go for a job because of my parents' restrictions and all. But my father promised me that he will choose a person who can allow me to for the job. So he made his promise, and he chose a boy like who is more interested than me to do the job. Like he always says that women should be independent, not only the financial aspect. Job is like our self-respect.
Mm.
So he encouraged me to go for further studies, and that's how how I came to to go for further studies and choose my master's as MBA.
Right.
So coming to my MBA journey, I have done my MBA from IBS as operations and analytics as my specialization. By rising my 2.5 years paid, along with that, this experience definitely taught me resilience and time management skills and a great prioritization skills. So this school means everyone knows that it will be very hectic. Before going to MBA, we both have decided that it will be like a war for us. Like so, on the same day we will have presentations, case studies, and exams and assignments. So these all we have to maintain.
Mm.
Along with like my husband is an IT employee, so once I came back from the college, I have to take care of my baby till 12 o'clock. Like she sleeps usually after 12. So till 12 o'clock, I have to take care of her. And after that, I used to start my work, like
Right.
assignments, and I have to prepare for presentations and all. So these, I always feel like I never felt like it's a burden for me or hectic for me because I got a second chance in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to prove myself by doing these all. This is the only aim I have in my mind.
Right.
So by doing like few, like I used to sleep only hardly like 2 to 3 hours in a day. So again, I have to wake up in the early morning to prepare everything in home, and so to prepare snacks and everything for baby. So these all things, like from these all experience, I have learned so many things.
You feel now you can go off and fight wars and all.
Exactly.
No, but it's phenomenal because I remember from my B school days, we used to have our submission deadlines at 11:59:59. Your
Yeah.
time was literally beginning at 11:59. And that's like, I mean, as we've been coaching for a little over a decade, and a lot of people come in thinking, oh, I'm not from a commerce background. Will I do well in an MBA, right? And you're an engineer, I'm an engineer, and we know that we have the skill set that's needed needed, whether it's analytical thinking or problem solving. But then you've had this like entire different challenge which you have managed along with MBA. So that's like fantastic. But tell us about your the decision to choose IBS. How did you like, you said you have a lot of questions. I'm sure you did a lot of research. So how did you land up on IBS?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, that is very, very critical, like crucial decision in my life to choose a good MBA college
Mm-hmm.
after a decade of career gap in my life. It played a very crucial role. Like I was very particular about to choose a college. I was very clear, like I have to like choose an MBA college
Mm-hmm.
where the college has a structured curriculum and
Right.
which offers a internship.
Right.
Internship is very, very important for any student, particularly an MBA student,
Mm-hmm.
where we will get an industry exposure and real-time business scenarios. So these all, like I have contacted lots of seniors because I got the various college seats in Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
but I have contacted a lot of seniors through LinkedIn, and I got very positive feedbacks about IBS.
Mm-hmm.
So, by reviewing all those reviews and all, I finally have decided to go for IBS because I got impressed. Like they all were telling about like the faculty and the campus. Like it is not a it's not like a normal college where we can just go and get a certificate. So that is like an experiential learning. Everyone has mentioned this. Like it's like an experiential learning, which is very important for the
Mm-hmm.
students. So that's how I have chosen IBS.
Right, right. And what do you feel? Do you now, after having done your MBA from there, and of course having worked for some time, do you agree with your seniors' positive feedback of IBS? How was your experience over there?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with them. I really grateful. I feel this is one of my best choices made in my life because all the faculty in IBS are like they all are from industrial experienced persons, and they all used to share their experiences, real time experiences with the students, and they used to share a problem where they have stuck in there, and they allow us to think about that. If you are stuck in the same situation, what you would have done. So these all things allows the students to think independent and come up with a different solutions.
Right.
So definitely, it's a great choice in my life. I can say that.
Okay, that's really great to hear. And having a faculty who themselves have real world experience is so important because MBA is all about that. So looks like you've learned quite a bit. Another thing that IBS has generally been known for is the case study methodology, right? And that's something which is of course followed in IIMs, but also in like B schools like Harvard and IBS. I know they have a lot of. I mean they're right up there, right? When we speak of not just using case studies but writing case studies, I think they have some of the highest case writers, some of the highest cases, and in multiple metrics, I believe they've even beaten Harvard. So, what was that experience like for you? Did you enjoy them, or did you find them to be like, oh, I have to read these, 20, 30 pages every day after my daughter goes to sleep?
Yeah, definitely. Initially, I felt the same thing as you told. Like 20, 30 pages, if I see that bundle only, I feel like, oh God, now I have to first read these 20 pages and understand that, analyze that, and we have to come up with the interpretation. So these all was running in my mind.
Mhm.
But after few days, I got realized that this is the real time. This is like we have to do this. If we these all academics and everything is fine. Like we have been studying from past 20 to 25 years the same. But reading the real time situations and thinking about those situations, like thinking about the problem and thinking about that how can we solve this particular problem, these all will definitely help us in the real time scenarios. Now I'm realizing, like as a business analyst, I'm working in tally solutions as a business analyst. So my work is definitely aligned with those. Like I have to analyze the requirement and I have to come up with a solution like which is helpful for the organization. So these all definitely helps me. Case study is for any student. It is like it will teach like how to break down the problem and how to analyze the data
Mm.
and how to understand the root cause for that
Right.
and how to come up with a structured solution for this. So these all will definitely help for any student.
And how to communicate and convince others, because I remember so many case studies, back at B school, where it used to be like, oh, I'll have a different perspective, somebody else has one, and then you end up trying to convince the other person, or rather the class, that no, 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 this is the right solution. So great. Yeah, so you're like taking me back to my B school days, which was like really really far back. So you said that you have done your MBA specializing in operations and analytics. So what made you choose that, and what was that experience like? And in this, was there, any particular course or anything that you really really liked?
Yes, Sanjana, definitely. First year we have a general subject, as you know. So
Mhm.
in those, as I'm from engineering background, I found very interesting like data, analyzing the data. The faculty used to give us a very large data set and we asked us to manipulate that. So interpreting the data and find the where are the gaps in this. And these all make a very good interesting in me. Like I was not a statistic person. So earlier we don't have those all as a from engineering
Yeah,
background,
in engineering we don't have
we
statistics.
don't have this all. So once I entered into MBA, so in first year we had business analytics, one foundation fundamentals of business analytics. So there I found that these all data and manipulating and playing around the data, these all are very interesting for me. Then operations is from second. We have from the second semester.
Mm-hmm.
So in operations also that's a real time business. Like my faculty used to share. She's from one of the famous industry. So she used to share real time scenarios where what I have already told you. So it is really very interesting. So that's how I have realized that I want to go for operations and analytics.
And something that's so important. I mean, when I look at it, if I look at operations, right, these days with globalization, uh, you might have like companies where some of the materials and all are coming from overseas, different places, and India also. The sort of landscape that we have, right? Any product, it's going to probably be delivered all throughout, right? So as they say, right, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So operations something definitely important, and analytics these days, the amount of data that we have, you can get so much insights, but as you said, right, it's very easy to just get lost in the data and the numbers and the Excel and spreadsheet and all of that. So to manipulate that, to visualize that, and to sort of like use it to come up with conclusions, learning that, I think, is definitely a must prep these days to succeed. So, how are you using it at your work? Tell us a little bit. Maybe we can start with, you mentioned internship. So, maybe we can start with your internship, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. Actually, I've done my internship in Coca-Cola. It's really a very valuable experience during my MBA, I can say. Because I have worked as a supply chain intern at Coca-Cola. So I got a chance to see the real-time operations, like Coca-Cola, how they manufacture. We will have that curiosity.
Mm,
When we were a kid, we used to watch in the TV,
mm,
like that will be going in a conveyor belt and
mm,
how they will manufacture,
right.
how they will assemble. These all we used to see,
Mm,
watch in the movie, that channel.
mm,
So I was so curious and I was so much excited to go in there. And once I entered there, the same excitement went throughout my internship, 3 months of internship. So I have worked in logistics, like inbound and outbound. My project is related to supply chain. That is like to reduce the truck turnaround time.
okay, okay.
So I used to every day I used to observe the inbound and outbound with logistics, and I used to spend more time in the warehouse, how they are managing the warehouse, and those all operations. It's really a very great experience for me, and I have learned industrial exposure from the first time. So it's really a very great experience at Coca-Cola for me.
And how many Coca-Colas did you drink? Tell us the truth. 3 months. I'm doing the math. Like 90 days, even if we take like weekends off, that looks like it will be quite a bit.
Yeah, all employees can have a drink for free there. So we used to have at least two or three per day.
Yeah,
I really
I can.
personally love Sprite, so I used to have Sprite, more Monster, those all.
Yeah, I think if I worked at Coke, I think their sales would dip because I would end up drinking a lot of it. And so now tell us about your work. So where do you work, and is it more into operations or analytics? Do you use all of the stuff that you studied at IBS?
Yeah, like apart from the what we are using, what we have studied and what we are using currently, irrespective of the like what we have studied and what is our role,
Mm-hmm.
IBS has given us a, knowledge that how to break down the problem, as I already told you, and analyze the data and come up with a structured solution. So, and by giving a lot of presentations and so these all helped us in any of the role. Currently, I'm working as a business analyst at Tally Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
It's an accounting software company. So, as a business analyst, I have to understand the requirements from the stakeholder,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to analyze that whether it is feasible or not, and I have to communicate the same to the developers.
Okay.
And if it is feasible or not, I have to again convince the stakeholder and coming up with a solution which is balancing between the developers and the stakeholders and giving the demos for the stakeholders. And
Mm-hmm.
if they are asking for any changes in the final outcome, I have to again make it. So this is my continuous work, day to day my work. So whatever I have learned, definitely it's aligned with my work.
Mm-hmm.
So these all like IBS has given me a tremendous knowledge about how to come up with a solution for the particular problem.
So effectively, you are almost sort of to say like a bridge between the stakeholders on one side and the developers on the other side, right? So this entire communication, I mean, I can understand like, the technical aspects from, operations or analytics, but communication is also something which, is a major part of what we learn at B school. So how do you think you're managing that? Because in a way, it sounds like, you'll obviously have the stakeholders wanting stuff, and then sometimes there can be last minute deadlines, whereas you could have like the developers are sometimes there's a bit of pushback, or they're only able to do so much. So how do you manage that part?
Yeah, it's like we used to like in IBS. I can again relate to IBS. So
Hmm.
we used to study like a lot of case studies. As you mentioned, we will all come up with a different solutions. So convincing is very very important in negotiations, and convincing is a very tactical skill that we have learned from case study analysis. So giving presentations, if they have any questions, queries in that, and if we are giving answers for those, they used to come up like re-questioning the same, like why it should not be like this, why it can't be like this. So convince them. These all will definitely help me today to sort out these kind of small situations to handle these developers and the stakeholders.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And did you have like I remember when we were speaking, you mentioned that you were part of a bunch of clubs and there were other activities also that you were doing. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, IBS, apart from academics, IBS encouraging the students to participate in every club. So we have nearly 10 to 12 clubs. So I was a part of foodie club and operations club, and we had public speaking clubs. So I was a part of five of the clubs. So we used to connect lot of events,
Mhm.
and we had a intercollege event that is Manthan, and one more is Turkish, where all throughout Bangalore or anywhere from India they can come and they can participate in Turkish and Manthan.
Mhm.
So we will set up an event like it's like an organization where we have all the departments like operations club, quiz club, and DA club,
Mhm.
and finance club. It's like an entire organization. So we will conduct different. It's related to academic, but it will be very funny. So where we have to think, the student have to think analytically, problem solve. These all mix it together. They should have, then only they will come up with a solution. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, for our operations club, we have given one task like they have to fulfill the demand for this particular, for this stipulated time. Within this time, we will put some timings and all, and we use it to ask to make boards and all to sell to this other person. So these all happen in operations club, and marketing means they have to come up with a branding visualizations and all. So these all happen in month end. So these all are the parts of activities in the club.
Right, right. No, and I absolutely agree. I feel like, we learn a lot from classes, but a lot of these practical things that we do, that is also something which gets us as much industry ready, if I can use that term, because at B school, of
Yeah.
course, we are kind of doing everything ourselves. And a lot of us, like your experience was a little different. For me personally, I was a fresher, right? So going in and, being part of committees and being able to do a lot of work, again, it's a fairly eye-opening thing. So speaking about getting into IBS, so for somebody who's taken either IBSAT or some of the other exams, can you explain what the process would be like, and what is it that the MBA aspirants who want to get into IBS, what should they maybe prepare, or what should they focus on?
Yeah, they have to definitely focus on AP, reasoning, English. So IBS will every year they will conduct IBSAT exam. So they can find it in online.
Mhm.
If they search for IBSAT exam, it will be open. So they can where they can apply, and one spoke will be allotted to that particular person, and spoke will be continuously guiding the person to get into the exam and getting into IBS student.
Helpful.
Yeah, to prepare means it's definitely a little critical exam, I feel. So we have to prepare very strongly for RP and reasoning, and as well as English, like a common entrance exams for any of the college. So that's how we can get into IB.
Right. And then after the exam, what's like the stage two? How do the students get selected?
Yeah, after the exam, we will have two more rounds, and then it's like PI, and it will be micro presentations or a GD. For
Hmm.
me, it was a GD. So
Okay.
my topic was the digitalization of India.
Mhm.
And one more topic was is in students is assets and liability for India.
Not bad, yeah. You still remember all of this.
Oh, yeah, I thought a lot. I was just trying to recall. Okay, then in PI it will be like few of the general knowledge questions,
Mhm.
and few about yourself definitely, and few about what are your interests, and like it's related to little about general knowledge. Mostly it will
Mm.
be in general knowledge questions.
The general knowledge and some HR questions would also be there,
Ah,
right? And I mean, you've obviously studied and then you've been working. So, if somebody pursues their MBA, right, from IBS, so from like an IBS student perspective or from a regular MBA perspective, what is advice that you would give, our viewers who are listening and probably hoping to follow your footsteps?
okay. All the best for getting selected into IBS, and I would give very good advice. Like I'm always 100% attendance student. So first attend the classes.
Mm.
Regularly you have to attend the classes. Then only like if we neglect the class, no,
Mm.
so faculty will be giving a very good advices, and they use it to share. Every day they will share a new things. I won't tell you to maintain 100% attendance, but at least like a 80 to 90% is very important in any of the these schools. So yeah, I would recommend to attend the classes first.
Okay, okay, that's good. And the classes will themselves teach pretty much everything that you need. So you mentioned that you have essentially been part of the fest. You've coordinated the fest, and you had students from multiple different campuses. Have you yourself been to any other campus?
Yes, Sanjana, it's really a very unforgettable moment, and also very honored to go IIM Bangalore
Hmm.
because I got one highest marks in the business analytics course. So my faculty has selected me to go for there for the workshop
Hmm.
where all professionals from different industries from the business analytics space they used to come. They came there and they used to share their valuable experience over. So I really felt very honored to go there and attend that workshop.
No, what a fantastic experience. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes. And not only me, like a lot of other students used to go to other states also
Mm,
to participate, to present their papers,
mm, mm,
and our faculty also used to give make the part. The students make the part in their research papers and all.
mhm.
So it's really a very good thing that the students being a part in the paper presentations and research papers and articles.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, now we're going to come to the fun part, which is going to be the rapid fire. So your answers can be as long or as short as you want, but the only rule is you can't think. You have to just answer. Are you up for it? Okay, so this is the only question where we have a restriction. Can you describe IBS in one word?
Transformative.
Okay. What's one course that you feel every student should, sort of sign up for and they should prep seriously?
Yeah, business analysis.
Okay. What is one skill that you learned at IBS which you feel, you mentioned transformation, which you feel transformed your career?
Yes, analytical thinking.
Okay. Tell us one fun or, some unforgettable experience that you had on campus.
It's definitely my when I got selected into Tally as a
Okay.
business analyst. It's an unforgettable moment for me.
Okay, great. Okay. What's like who's your favorite faculty?
Everyone,
Okay. Who
everyone,
was
especially like business analytics faculty.
okay. What is one thing which you've done which you don't know these faculty to? I mean, you don't want these faculty to know about.
Actually, recently I have done one video, YouTube video, when I went for the conversation, one student has taken one video and they were just asking us to give some advice. I was giving the same advice as they attend the classes regularly. Earlier I used to think like faculty uses to teach some like why they are teaching these all things for us like that. So that I thought that he will delete that part, but he didn't do.
Mhm. Okay, so if they didn't know, now they definitely are going to know.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question, Anusha. What is one myth about IBS that you would want to correct or you'd want to break?
Yes, it's like everyone will think like it's a theory heavy college or MBA program, but IBS is purely an experiential learning. So through case studies and presentations or any of the forms, it is purely a experiential learning, and we will have a great industry exposure by giving a summer internship.
Right, right. That's great. No, in fact, I think you guys were one of the first. I mean, you've always had like a simulation course. I remember a couple of the other students telling me about it. So yeah, so that's great. And I think I truly like, from everything that you said, I mean, I haven't been there onto the campus, but I feel like now I can visualize it and I can sort of understand what your day used to be like. So thank you so much, Anusha, for doing this and, giving the viewers sort of like a bird's eye view on what IBS is going to be like. And to those of you who are watching, all the very best for, getting into the college and for your career. And if you guys have any questions, anything you want to know, just put a question in the chat and, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But thank you, Anusha. It was really lovely to have you here. I think I had a lot of fun and I think I was also thinking back to my B school days, though it was like much older than you, like really long back. But I think suddenly, I'm feeling young again and feel like going back onto campus.
Thank you so much. Thank you.